Okay, looks like it's about that time. Can you hear me? Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. How was your Thanksgiving? Went fast, huh? Great, awesome. Good to hear. Yeah, mine was great. We went over to my mom's, my parents, and had the full turkey dinner. It was great. Got to relax, had a wonderful weekend. I'm ready to start. So, welcome to week 3, live session 1. We're pretty much at the halfway point, so kind of exciting. We have some interesting things coming up here. Before I start, did you have any questions about anything that we've gone over so far? Any comments about? Okay, great. I went through a lot of your work on. Let's see, geez, what day is it, right? Sunday, and evaluated the work that obviously was turned in on time. And I saw a lot of great, very strong pieces. I'm going to show some examples from this class today. So, you'll get to see what your fellow classmates have done for your assignment 2 and also your assessment 2. So great job for those of you who have turned it in. I know it's kind of challenging. There was some interesting, it was kind of like a balanced workload with it being more designed for the assignment 2 in regards to designing your promotional pieces. And then on your assessment 2 is all about your budget. And so that was kind of a nice little balance there, kind of going from design to the actual balancing a budget. But hopefully that kind of made you more aware of, the hours put in hourly and how much is put into it in order to start a business, and just keeping that budget in mind is very important so that you kind of know where you're heading and what to look out for. And obviously if you need to cut certain things or add certain things to your budget, you're kind of making those decisions wisely as you look forward. All right. If you don't have any questions here, I'm just going to move on forward. Just going to give you, I gave you some feedback. Like I said, I'm going to show some examples as we go forward here from your week 2 work. We're going to talk about RFPs and then Invoice 101. So some exciting stuff here. The learning objectives, and I'm going to get into Canvas here in a second, but this is basically what's laid out for you guys in week 3. This is what you should be walking away from learning and doing. So develop a basic accounting system, design an invoice for billing clients that brands the graphic design business, and construct a request for proposal, so an RFP response. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing this week and walking away from. So some exciting stuff. Before we actually go forward with the slides, I am going to show you Canvas here just so we can go over a few things before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff. Just kind of make sure, I don't mean to go, sorry. Let me go back to, we don't want to go to grades here. Go back. My fingers are too clicky here. Hopefully you guys aren't forgetting about your course media section in here. I'm always kind of reminding you so you don't forget. Just some of the stuff required for week 3, resources. So there's some interesting things in here that will definitely supplemental resources to what you're doing this week as well. So 10 things you need to know when responding to RFPs. There's a link to an article. Remember those 8 rules before sending out your invoice, some tips and advice there. Work with forms and InDesign. And this is all great. These are great. Anything in here you definitely should be bookmarking or taking note of for, when you get to that point when you need to start. If you are starting a business, you can kind of revert back to that. Work with forms and InDesign. This is kind of what we're going to be doing today. And then this video is actually embedded into your assessment 3. So we'll be looking at that. And then your lynda.com videos, which are your supplemental resources if you need to look at something specific within there too. So don't forget, those are in there to help you guys. let's go to your week 3. And this is obviously all of the objectives that I just laid out for you guys. So just kind of take a look in there. We went over that already. Now we go into the discussion here. So let's talk about this discussion. A lot of you guys got started on this, which is great. I'll read through this here, see if you have any questions. We're going to be talking about RFP responses. So request for proposal is what that stands for. Here's a little bit of the background. Sometimes when a company is looking to hire an outside contractor to complete a project, they will issue a request for proposal, so an RFP, which is essentially a detailed description of the job, an invitation for companies or individuals to respond with quotes, estimated costs, and reasons why they should be chosen for the job. Understanding the right way to respond to these RFPs can be the difference between you getting the job or someone else. So what you want to do in this prompt is read this article. So this entrepreneur article here is talking about the 10 things you need to know when responding to RFPs. Go ahead and read through this. I don't think it's super long. A lot of pop-ups there. So they're just nicely numbered here with some subheads. So go ahead and read through that. And then once you kind of understand that a little bit, what do you feel, and I'm reading from here, what do you feel are the 3 most important aspects of responding to an RFP? Why are they the most important that some others discussed in the article? What preparation can you do to ensure you cover your bases in the 3 areas you choose? So what you're going to do is read through that article, and you're going to pick out what you feel are the 3 most important aspects of responding to an RFP. For your citation, you might use articles that show examples of the benefits of diligence in those areas or consequences of ignoring them. You can also find articles from experts that suggest that what is most important in the RFP response. So it's kind of like you're supporting your perspective and why you think those are the 3 most important aspects. Your initial and reply post should work to develop a group understanding of this topic, challenge each other, build on each other, always be respectful, but discuss this and figure it out together. Any questions? I mean, that's pretty cut and dry there, but you might not even have known about what an RFP was before you got to this discussion. That's fine. That's kind of why you're here and why you're learning this. But did you have any questions in regards to what is being asked? So here's the article again. So you just read through here. And kind of explains a little bit more about what an RFP is. I provided this in announcements yesterday. It was a nice infographic, and let me scroll down here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This infographic I put into announcements. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, definitely do. It talks about the request for proposals, do's and don'ts. So, we are visual people, so it's nice to see it in a visual way, the do's and don'ts. So what to do, what not to do. And what's nice about this infographic is it goes with this article here. So it kind of breaks it down, a little bit more specifically. Hello. Hi, Bonnie. I see you. It's always nice to see everybody's faces. All right. So you can go through this and you can understand a little bit more too. So if you want to use this as part of your resource, you can. And this link again is in your announcements. So I posted that, I think it was yesterday. So I think it was the latest, greatest do's and don'ts here. So what I did was I just posted the infographic, and then the link is here. If you might have to copy and paste it. It looks like I didn't hyperlink it. So copy paste that, and that's kind of where I got to the actual link here. And I will paste it into, oh, why is it saying, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Brittany, hello. I didn't see you pop in here until my chat area is actually being covered by the webcam area there. I just moved it. How was your Thanksgiving? We just kind of talked in general when I started here. But you popped in.
It was okay, other than the fact that I was sick for most of that.
Uh-oh. Isn't it like 'tis the season, right?
Yeah, it started probably the day before my birthday, and then I was sick on my birthday, and a couple days after. I'm just now getting over it.
Oh no. Well, happy birthday, belated.
Yeah, I'm now 28 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, at first
I always tell everybody I'm 29 over and over again.
yeah, it's like I first started off with a sore throat. That usually happens. You know, when I get sick, that usually says, okay, now you're gonna get sick. It starts with the sore throat, and then it goes to the nose being all stuffed up.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, that's when the headaches and, you know, not feeling very good come in. And it's about, you know, after that, that's about it.
Right. That's not fun. But I'm glad to hear you're kind of rounding the corner there. That's good.
Still have a little bit of a sore throat, but hey, I mean, deal with that. As long as my nose isn't fogged up, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's miserable, and that lasts forever too.
Yeah, because when I'm sleeping, I am not a mouth breather. I am a nose breather when I sleep. So.
Yeah, I always have to have the humidifier and all that good stuff. It's just not fun. Well, I'm glad to hear that you at least kind of enjoyed your Thanksgiving. It's just one of those things, everybody's spreading their germs over the holidays, especially with kids. Oh, look at that. Hello. How cute. How old is she?
She just turned 3 last month.
Aw, very cute. Yeah, my daughter's 4, so they're close in age.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she did the table 2s. Now she's basically transferring those over to table 3s.
They keep you busy, right? All right. Let me go over here. All right. So very cool. It's great to see you. It's always nice to see you guys, and especially because we're not in class, it's nice to see your face. So thank you for sharing that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about request for proposal. We talked about RFP a little bit in the discussion, just very generally. So small design, writing, programming, and consulting jobs are often awarded on the basis of an informal proposal or interview process, but larger projects often use a more elaborate request for proposal. So you don't necessarily have to do it in this way, but larger projects usually incorporate this. In cases where the client is a public institution, these RFPs must, in most cases, be publicly posted and open to anyone who is interested in bidding on them. So it's kind of interesting to see the do's and don'ts there. They can be tough to win. So a couple things about them. Can be tough to win. An RFP are very competitive and give a good gauge of industry needs. So those are some things about RFPs. So we're going to do in the RFP what's included in that typically. That was a question mark to see what's included in that. Is a brief project overview. So what the project is about, your organization's background, project goals and target audience, scope of work and deliverables, and then a timeline. So that's typically what's included in that. Technical requirements can be included in that. Budget, ongoing support, retainer, examples, and criteria for selection. So there is a difference between RFP and spec work. Speculative work or free pitching is any job for which the client expects to see examples or a finished piece of design before agreeing to pay a fee or compensation. We did a lot of spec work at ad agencies. Designers work harder, designers might be paid, and clients have no interaction in regards to that. So spec work can be a little different. All right, so with that being said, that's kind of a little bit of a synopsis, and you'll once you kind of research a little bit more with the discussion, you'll kind of understand and hopefully kind of get a little bit more insight of what that's all about I know it's a little, it could be, have you ever heard of that before? I know some people may have not, RFPs. Maybe you've heard spec work, kind of the inside there of, you know, it's kind of interesting too. It depends on where you work. Some of these things you could be seeing or involved in. Some of them, you know, sometimes you won't be, depending on how big the company is. When I worked for the smaller ad agencies, I was able to see more of the business side because I worked for such small companies in the beginning that, you know, I worked right next to the owner. So it was kind of like I wore a lot of hats because of that. Whereas if you work for a larger place that has more employees, you're kind of pulled away from some of those details a little bit more. So there is a pro to working at a smaller company because you get to do a little bit more, I believe. In some cases, you get to see a little bit more of the business side of it too. And I was able to work with clients, which is great because sometimes, you know, you can get a job in an ad agency or in-house and you don't actually work side by side with a client. You're just kind of like a production person. So being in a smaller ad agency or company kind of can allow for that, you know, for you to actually work alongside with the client. All right. So as we go forward here, does anybody have any questions? We're good to go. I do want to show some examples before we get into our assignment here of some of your work here. And I just pulled a whole bunch of examples. If you don't see yours up here, don't feel bad. I don't want anybody to think, oh, she didn't show mine and that must mean mine's not very good. I just pulled a few that I thought were interesting to show here. And, you know, everybody has suggested revisions too, so I don't think these are all free of non-changes, but at least we kind of get the idea of where other people are in the class and what their ideas are. It's always good to gauge your work off of other people too in the class. Okay, so it's not like, you know, you're kind of competing in a way, but you're inspiring each other too. So see it as more of an inspiration. You're not really competing. You guys are all on the same side for now, right? Till you go out and get a job. But be inspired by what you see. Okay, so this is your assignment to one of your fellow classmates here. And I just thought this is an interesting postcard, just an interesting concept altogether. You know, obviously there's things that can be done to make this stronger, but I like the look and feel of this, and the concept of it is kind of interesting and neat. Almost kind of reminds me of that farm to table type look, you know. So that this was kind of a nice switch up, and I like the this can sketching type of an idea. Oops. And this was the back side of that. Now I'm only showing the postcards. I didn't pull any of the social media ads, so just kind of an FYI. But a lot of you guys did a great job with keeping that cohesive. So I didn't really have too many problems with anybody not keeping it cohesive. The only problem I had, I think more so with some of you, was just the basic principles of design, you know, the alignment, hierarchy, stuff like that. And kind of the examples, what to put on there and how to show it. Okay, here's another one. You know, showing these examples in a different way. That's visually interesting. Oh, that was just the one side. What didn't I have? I guess I didn't. Maybe it's out of alignment here. Sorry. We might get to the other side on this. I just pulled a whole bunch and said file open. So we'll see if the other side is here. Hopefully this is in order. Let me see here. I want a table of contents. I'm going to show my hype. Okay, it's not going to show me. Okay, so anyway, this this example I showed for some of you guys that were struggling a little bit with maybe over designing, you know, and it's something that happens, and I've been there before. We think we have to put everything in there, and you know, it's over designing. You're not really, you know, it's just kind of making it a little bit overwhelming. So keeping it simple can be really effective, and I think that this postcard really does a great job with keeping it simple yet not boring. You know, we always kind of want to balance the line of boring and simple. We don't want it to be boring because we want it to be memorable. We want it to stick with people. So we want to keep it simple yet memorable. So I thought this was, you know, kind of a good start with that. I like the words used here, the little quote. I thought this was pretty ingenious. So she has a way with words, polka dots, and Photoshop, and you can never go wrong with polka dots. So she's going with more of a fun, boutique-y, craftsy type of a feel. And I think this works well for something like that. Very simple, basic. This is the back side with the logo mark. So obviously the polka dots are there. Okay, here's another one I thought was nicely done, composed, bounced, but kind of in a different way. It's not boring. You have a nice little dynamic rotation there. It's giving, when you rotate stuff like that, it gives it instant movement to your layout. Don't limit yourself. Dare to imagine the possibilities. Nicely done. Very simplistic, but keeping that cohesiveness with the same typeface, background image, yet making it look like the front and the back. There were some of you that were struggling a little bit with making the front and back. There should be some type of a design change. It shouldn't look exactly the same, but it should keep consistency with your elements. So you know that it's the front and the back. Oh, here it is. Here's the front of that one, sorry, that we looked at that I said was out of alignment. Now this looks a little bit more of an architecture-based sketch, so I would say a little, just be a little careful with that. You want to make sure that it's representing who you are. So if this isn't geared towards, any type of interior or, architecture type related CAD type of audience, and not what you're putting yourself out as, you might want to rethink what the sketch is. Here's another one, very simple. Hello there, seems we missed you. How about we change that? Find out how we use simplicity to our advantage. Very simple, yeah, kind of flipping the color change there. Very simplistic. And what's neat is seeing this, the postcards in your social media ads, and then comparing it with what you guys presented last week, seeing how cohesive that it kind of ran throughout. And obviously this week, you will be also using that same look into your invoices as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. Here's another one I thought was done pretty well. Almost looks like a postcard in itself, design and style. And then the back side. Okay, so those were some examples that I pulled. And then I also picked a few of the assessments. Let me grab those here. I know some of you guys like to look at these examples, so. Hello. Okay, here we go. I think I only pulled 3 of these. But I think I pulled the ones that are consistent with the ones that I showed you here. So again, I think the one comment I made to this particular student was, and it's a little hard to see here, let me zoom in. The confusion of the whole tomato thing, I didn't want to focus too much on that in regards to, okay, this person didn't have the tagline in here initially, homegrown graphics. It was outside of the logo. So I had mentioned, maybe putting it inside the logo so that you're not confusing people to who this person is, what is it all about. Maybe this could be a farmer, I don't know. So kind of clarified a little bit more, since it's a little bit more of an obtuse type of a concept. But anyway, this is the budget expense report that was done. And I know I apologize. I think I said last week I was talking about doing monthly, so month 1, 2, and 3, whereas the actual specifics in the assignment was 3 years. So I bypassed that for those of you who did do monthly. I kind of said, I'm going to give you credit. That was my bad. So if you want to kind of adjust that on your end, that's fine. But that was definitely my oops. So. But great job with keeping this very cohesive with your other pieces. This is another one that I showed you in the postcard. And this person actually did the month 1, 2, 3. And of course I didn't dock points for it because that was my misunderstanding in the live lecture demo. Nicely done, very easy to read. Here's another one. This one doesn't quite state which one is what month the column, so that was my only recommendation as far as having the yearly subhead kind of above each appropriate column. So those are the three. So it's kind of neat to see what people are doing and align your work accordingly. You know, sometimes we see examples from other people and we think, oh my goodness, you know, and it inspires you. So, you know, you can use that to your advantage to kind of push your work too. Okay. So without further ado, let me get started with the assignment details. I know you guys are excited about that, right? Did you guys get started with this at all? Your assignment 3. You see my chat area just disappeared. There we go. Nope. Okay. So you guys are going to be creating an invoice, but it's going to be a special invoice. It's not going to be any normal invoice. It's going to be one that's interactive. So very cool. Very, very cool. So we're going to be doing some interesting things in InDesign for this assignment. All right, so you finished your client's job and now it's time to get paid. Woohoo! In order to do that, you're going to need an invoice. Since you're a design professional, this will need to be a professional looking document. It will also need to tie into your brand. So keep that consistency, like I was saying before. You want your invoice to be functional and you want it to represent who you are as a designer. Okay, so for this assignment, first of all, to be functional, your invoice needs to include some specific information. You can read this article and learn what you will need. So this is a hyperlink. You can just pop into this article here, kind of read through what's important, seller's information, customer information. But what's nice is it's actually broken down in here too, so you have that list of what you could include but not limited to. But go ahead and read through that. Next, do some research on your own and look at example invoices from other designers. A quick search for graphic design invoice at imagesgoogle.com will give you plenty to look at. Then read this article on creating PDFs with fillable fields in InDesign. So you can definitely click on that. Now create a PDF that you can use for your invoices. Remember, it needs to include, but is not limited to, your business information. So kind of what you put maybe on your postcard, in your other pieces, logo, for instance, a place to put customer information, a place for the invoice number, a place for date and terms, a place for quantity, description, and price, a place for tax, delivery, or any other additional charges. Create your invoice in InDesign. Submit your final file as a PDF with fillable fields and following name convention. Okay, any questions so far? I know I'm going to kind of go through this, you know, on my end as a demo, but did you have any questions before I go forward here with the assignment details? I think I'm going to sneeze here, so give me 1 second. Mute the mic so you don't hear my big sneeze. Ooh, okay, that was a big one. All right, hopefully I'm not getting sick, right? All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is go into the last time we talked and did the demo. I actually did, let's see here. Do I have examples of the demo that I did? So I can show you kind of how I would do this. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so let me open this up so we can kind of start in this regards and then go forward here. So you're going to keep it consistent. You want to have a look at like your brand. You can use the colors, the typefaces that you used. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see you there. You don't necessarily have to, but you know, hey, if you want to show your pretty face, you can. Sometimes when I feel sick, I definitely don't want anybody to look at me. So it's like, don't look at me, I'm sick. All right, let me see if I can grab this picture here. It's a little, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna show you kind of where, there you are, see your face. When I switch my cam, I can see you. This is kind of what I was demoing before, the postcard front and back, so you can remember the colors. And then, oh, my slides. And then I did the social media ad. So what I'm referring to is, you know, keep the colors the same. You can even, you know, obviously you're going to put your logo on there. Make sure you know, keep the consistency of maybe the typeface that you use. If it's usable for type, you know, obviously if it's a script font that you use mostly on your postcard, you don't want to use script font for your invoice because it's hard to read. You can use it for maybe a headline, but you wouldn't use it for, you know, anything else. I was kind of surprised to say I was a little shocked to see some of you guys using script type and then using kind of all capital letters with the script type. That is a typography no-no. And the reason being is it's really hard to read. You can have a script with a capital letter to start a word, but to have it in all caps is really, really hard to read. Hi, Teresa. Just saw your little note there. Welcome. Okay, so you have a lot of great information in here, supplemental resources in here. What I would say is just start, you know, with looking at what you kind of created, like I showed you with my design. And then what you can do, let me switch back to my example again. Sorry, I'm like probably driving you nuts. I'm probably just gonna grab, you know, even just this whole piece here, just copy it. And I'm gonna create a new document in InDesign. Just a new print document. It's going to be 8.5 by 11. Nothing big. No facing pages. I don't need that selected. And just for my own information, I'm just going to paste in my postcard just so I can you know, kind of work with the cohesiveness by seeing it on my artboard here. Okay, so this is where the design part comes in, right? So this is where you kind of can have fun with this. I'm gonna actually go and grab this background color too, just to put this in here. Okay. So it's up to you on how you wanna do this, but obviously you want it to be readable. You wanna have your brand up there. You want it to be looking like an invoice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start out with a header up here. And it's, you know, you guys can design it completely differently than me, but I'm just showing you kind of how I would do it on my end. And of course, I'm going to put my logo in there, and I'm going to do it in white. Maybe it allows me. Hello. Got the little spinning wheel of joy here. Okay, let me see if I stop sharing if it'll go back here. Oh no. Here we go. Let me see, hold on. Let me go back to this screen and see if I can do something with this. I got the spinning wheel of death here. Yeah, let me quit out of here. It's not letting me do anything. I figured that's probably what it was going to do. See, it even happens to your instructors too. Roll with the punches, right? All right, so I'm opening InDesign again, create a new document. See if this works here. I hear my computer's running all kinds of stuff. I'm not sure what's going on here. I hear the fan working too, like overdrive. Okay, it took a little longer than what I thought. There we go. Let's see if we can do something with this here. Looks like it popped right back open, so. Yeah, the pinwheel, you never want to see, I call it the wheel of death. There we go. Spinny wheel of death, right? Okay, let's see if we do this again. I'm actually gonna do a shape and just draw it up here. I do hear my computer is just going crazy. It's like working overtime. Let's try this again. Okay, it doesn't like me when I go put my cursor in here at the type tool. Very interesting. So I need an update. Maybe I can check that first real quick here. Hold on. It looks like I have a little red. Nope, I'm all updated. Huh, interesting. All right, guys. I didn't expect this to happen. Hold on one second. Not responding. Huh. Let me try something here real quick. Work around the system here. I'm going to go and do an older version. This should look the same. Oh, I don't have the older version. I thought I did. It must have wiped my older version out, which makes sense. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to go right to my application instead of using the alias. Let's try this again. And if this keeps going, I might have to do a quick little 5-minute break, and I'll just do a restart and then join you guys later here in about 5 minutes. That's kind of how you work around it, right? Do a restart. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do this a little differently now. Where's my screen share here? There we go. No, I won't start the lecture. Good Lord, I would not start the lecture over. I'll just kind of do 2 recordings if I need to. But let's see what the heck's going on here. I'm going to do a completely new document here, just to see what's going on. And what I'm going to do is just going to copy and paste just one element in at a time here. I'm not sure why it's doing this because everything else is good. This might be one of those things here. Okay, let's try it again. Let me save this document before I do anything too. Oh, this is being really crazy. DES355, assignment 3, first and last name, desktop. All right. I'm just going to get rid of that actually. Yes. Doesn't like my logo when I place it in here. And I go to the type tool. So let's see if this is gonna mess me up again. It's like right when I get to that type tool. All right, guys, listen, let's take a 5-minute break. I'm gonna restart my my computer here. Not sure what's going on, but something funky is happening. I can hear my computer. Sounds like a jet wanting to take off. So maybe there's something underlying here. Let me do a restart. I'll join you guys back up in here in 5 minutes, and hopefully we'll take care of the situation here. So go grab some pumpkin pie. All right, guys, see you guys in 5 minutes.
It won't stay logged in, so I can't, you know, when you go in with the program, it has you logged in so you can access like templates or whatever online. for PowerPoint, because my other class I have to use PowerPoint, and it's not staying logged in, so I don't have access to it. So if I use it, I can't save it. So all the work I'm doing is for not it's like I'm not even doing it because I can't save it.
Are you talking about Excel?
Yeah, all of it, all the Microsoft programs right now, it stays logged in. It'll have your picture over to the side. If you log in through Microsoft, the Microsoft.com, because the school, when they got the software is through the school, and they assigned you an Independence EDU email, and that's how it's logged in. But it won't stay logged in, so I don't have access to it. It'll come up and let me use it, but I can't save it and then save it into a folder and send to you.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
that's weird.
Yeah,
Is that the only program that you're having problems with then?
Well, I'm also having a problem with my Adobe programs too, but they can't do nothing with Adobe. You have to reach out to Adobe, and they don't contact you right back.
Okay, so you did talk to Sean about that.
I haven't received anything from Sean. I've been sending a thing out to Sean because my last mod I had the same problem, and I haven't heard from her yet.
Okay.
So I don't know if she's on the thing tonight either. I don't know if she's in the IU community tonight or nothing. I'm going, because I haven't received anything back from her. But like I said, I just been trying to get the Microsoft thing situated, and in fact, we just finished, and it's still not working. It logged out.
Are you logged into your Creative Cloud and all that? Adobe Creative Cloud?
Okay, it says I am, but the program itself is not working. I mean, I can't access, say, if I go in and try to work on something, I can't get to none of my color palettes that I've created using with all my other classes and using the Adobe Capture program to create your color schemes. All that is gone. It's not. I can't access it at all and use anything. But
you are logged into your Creative Cloud.
Yeah, it says I'm logged into it.
Okay, and did you do any updates of your
No, because ever since they've been having problems with because I think the Mac that I'm using is it's trying to push the update for the new operating system and
what operating system do you have right now?
Right now I have the Sierra, because when I first got it, the computer didn't work, so I had to send it back, and they the original one that they sent everybody else, it didn't work. It wasn't on my thing. I didn't have operating system at all on it when I first got it. So then they updated and put the Sierra on, but now they got the Mojave now, and it's having all kinds of problems.
It should work even with Sierra. So
I think it started acting up when I did the update for the 2019 of the Microsoft. Since I updated that, I haven't been able to use.
But you can't open like InDesign or anything like that?
It'll open, but I can't save it.
You can't save.
Yeah, it won't let me save it to my computer or save it to my class folder. Nothing. It's
Can you show me what you're? Can you open that up and show me?
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Where's my? I don't have a share on here.
Okay, so I just stopped sharing. There you go.
That's right here. Let's see. Do my desktop. Okay, see right here. If I go right here, this is it right here. And see, normally it has.
Okay, go to your apps.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, right now it says I'm here.
Okay, go to your apps. There you go.
And see, right now it says they all. Okay, it says they all ready, but when I go try to use them, they're not there. Let me go and try to launch something. Where's it at?
Go up to your toolbar. Get out of there. I just want to show you how to access it in a different way too. Just
up here?
Just kind of hit escape to get out of there. And then go up to your, click on your desktop if you can get to that, if you can pull that window aside.
Yeah, I have to do this right here. Now see, in the PowerPoint right here, I'm not logged in. Plus the auto save is off, and he can't get that on.
Okay, so hide that for now. I just want to see something real quick. And click on your desktop anywhere, just one time. Okay, and then go up in the top panel on the menu panel. Oh, select the desktop again and hit go on the very top menu. And then choose applications. Go all the way down, should be right. Oh, go up right
there. Oh, okay.
This is where all of your applications are. Now see where the view is on the top there? Let's view that differently so we can see them all in a column. So hit the third, oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, so go to InDesign CC 2019, double click on that, and then double click on the actual, yeah, alias right there.
Yeah, it's not working, so I can't. Well, it'll let me work on, but I can't save anything.
Okay, so I just want you to like show me how you just create a new document and show me what's going on here. So go File, New. Okay, then just save it. You don't even have to do anything on there.
I'm just gonna put a thing on and then just save it. See, it's working well right now. Just let me save it to the thing.
Yep.
Right now, it's just supposed to go to the desktop.
Yep. And then go to the desktop and it should be on there. If it's.
So I'm gonna go now and try to open it from the desktop and see if it's there. Yeah, it's there for that right there, but I just can't get the other stuff right going.
So the InDesign's working, right?
Yeah, right now it is. Yes.
Okay, so go back to your Excel again or your Microsoft. Let's go look at that.
Okay.
Okay, so go to application.
Okay.
Cancel out of there and go back to your Go folder because I don't know what this is. Go back to your applications. Good. There you go. And what we're going to look for is scroll all the way down. We're going to look for Microsoft. Anything that has to do with Microsoft, go down. Right there. Okay. And is there any Excel, Microsoft Outlook, PowerPoint? Right there. Double click on that. This is what you need to use. I don't know if that was what you were using before that you had on the screen.
Well, I was yeah, but see, it's not signed in. See it right here? It says not signed in.
Okay, well, can you do it without signing in?
No, that's why it won't save.
Okay, can you just click on a template? Let's go click on a template.
Now it'll let me operate for a little while, but then it won't let me save. So it'll be like I'm just doing it and it has nowhere to save, where to put it. See, like right here?
File, save, yeah.
I go save as and see what it's doing as and see. But then I can't get it. It's nowhere. It won't find no. I mean, it won't show up what I can do. See what I do.
Put that on your desktop.
There's no desktop. See, the desktop is missing.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put it on your, see where it says Donald Hall? That's your hard drive. We're going to save it to that.
Where? Oh, right here. That's my hard drive right there. Oh, the house. Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then hide that, and then I'll show you how to find that. Okay, so see where it says Donald? Oh, you had that. You should open that up again. Okay. Go back to Go. There you go. And then go to yeah.
Recent folders, go back to
That's fine. And then see where applications is on the left side. Not there, but down below. Yeah, Donald Hall's next to it or below.
Oh, okay.
Click on that, and it should be in there. Scroll down. There it is. So you can drag that onto the desktop at this point, probably.
Okay.
So close
that.
It's
open, but that, like I said, I don't understand what's going on. Like I said, it's not logged in, because that's the way he tried to launch it too.
But I don't think you really need to log in. Once you just save it to your hard drive and then put it on your desktop.
Well, see, because I have a folder for the class, and it won't save it to the folder. And in fact,
okay, well, close out of there, and I'll show you how to save it. So see how it's right there? Wait, stop. To the right where it says test, pull that out and put it on your desktop. That file that you just did.
Oh, okay. Okay, just pull it to my desktop like that?
Yep. And then just add that to your folder.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back in and I guess I have to do everything all over. Because I tried to send a email and my email thing is not working. I'm having all kinds of issues. Let's see. Because I think I tried to, because Saturday there was nobody in the room to help me at all Saturday.
Okay. Well, I think we figured it out, at least how to work around it, right?
Yeah, because I tried to email you and tell you about my email. But it didn't. Let me see, was it? Okay. And I think I'm going to show you. Because I think it just went to a draft. It just went to the draft because I use Yahoo. Because you might sometimes get two emails from it. Because, yeah, I think it erased. Because sometimes the Yahoo, I'm like I said, the Yahoo is having an issue. So you might get something from it. If I'm not sure about Yahoo going, you'll get something from it from Gmail. I just sent it from the Gmail account.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, I think we seems like it's working now. So looks like you're good to go.
Okay. So I guess I can do my work. So, right now, as you know, it's late, right?
Well, yeah, I know it's late now.
Well, you probably did already see that. It's late. So,
Yep. So just keep, do what, get it done. And let me know if you have any issues.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Donald. I'm glad I was able to help.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good night.
All right.
So, yeah, okay. I thought there was something else I needed to ask you, but I guess it slipped my mind. Oh no, that's what it is. I know, like I said, I know it's no excuse for my work being late. Because I did get my my discussion post on time, but with the assessment and the assignments, because I know some teachers do their percentage differently. So if I got this done, I don't know, like hopefully before I start on weeks 3. If I got this done like tomorrow or something, or even tonight, depending on how long it takes me, how many points am I looking at?
If you can get everything done that you have late by Thursday, let's say by midnight, Mountain Time, I can give you that extension.
Give me until Thursday? Thursday
by midnight. I won't dock you any late points.
Okay, and that is because of the holidays, correct?
Well, I'm just, you're reaching out to me. I'm giving you that extension out of
okay.
good faith there, and yeah.
Right. Like I said, I was trying to email you. I don't know if I ever went through or if you got anything from me. No, it was my other instructor telling her that I was trying to be in class today to go over it. Because I'm actually doing a man class, which is also talking about business. And I'm actually having to use PowerPoint in her class. So, like I said, okay, so you're giving me the extension until Thursday, which is fine. And then I will try to work on weeks 3, which I know I was an hour late on today, so I'll just watch up until this point. And I will definitely see you tomorrow. And if I have any questions about it tomorrow, we could look at it after class tomorrow too, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that works.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, great. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.